Tensions remain high in the Middle East following further Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon and the occupied West Bank overnight. This large explosion was seen near Beirut's international airport, which borders the suburb of Dahieh, a Hezbollah stronghold, which has been a continuing target for Israeli attacks. Reports citing Israeli officials said a key target had been Hashem Safin, Hezbollah presumed leader in waiting and cousin of its late chief, Hassan Nasrallah. The Lebanese health ministry has said that 37 people have died in airstrikes in the capital and in southern Lebanon. Elsewhere in the occupied West Bank, the Israeli military says it's killed a senior Hamas figure following a strike on a refugee camp in the city of Tel Aviv. Palestinian health officials say at least 18 people were killed in the strike on a cafe. Our Middle East correspondent Hugo Bassa sent this report from Beirut.
Another night in Beirut and more Israeli airstrikes. War returns to this city, and this attack came with no warning. We went to inspect the damage. A residential building near the Lebanese parliament. Beirut appears increasingly under threat. This is where an emergency response group linked to Hezbollah operated now. Gone, they were just emergency service workers. This is the truth. We only saw them helping people out, says Mustafa, who lives on the 10th floor of the building hit. The damage in this building gives you a sense of the power of this attack, and they've been cleaning up the rubble here, but we can still see some surgical masks and gloves and bandages as well, and you can probably hear the sound of drones flying overhead. This is a densely populated district here in Central Beirut. These are some of the victims of the attack. They include one rescue officer and two paramedics. The recent Israeli airstrikes have killed 97 medical workers across Lebanon, according to the health minister. The Israeli military hasn't commented about this attack, but this HBMP remains defined.
Things are clear and our position has remained unchanged. We've not deviated an inch from it, and we shall continue down this path.
The scimitar across the street wasn't spared the damage. These days in Beirut there's no peace for the living or the dead.
Updated you on the latest from the overnight period.
There is continuing Israeli strikes, and one of them, it's reported from Israeli sources, it was targeting Hashem Safta, the potential successor of Hassan N, to be the leader of Hezbollah, but there is no confirmed news about he is dead or not, and there's no statement from Hezbollah. So still this kind of reports about they were targeting him, but he was deep underground. At the same time, the explosion were heard in Beirut because it was striking Dahieh, which is the stronghold of the Hezbollah. In addition to that, there is 2 missiles were launched at Al-Mesa, a border crossing area between Syria and Lebanon, because Israel accusing of smuggling weapons from Syria to Lebanon, but the Lebanese authorities said all borders are controlled, so the denying this happening. So Israeli working very hard on this front in order to push Hezbollah on the ground further and to try to dry the source of weapons to it, according to the Israeli authorities.
What do we know about those supply chains of arms trying to get into Lebanon for Hezbollah? Are they supplied overground, underground? How do they get to the group?
There is many ways, for the sands to come, mainly came from Iran, but after what happened between Iran and Israel, and one of the aeroplanes were stopped to land in Beirut few days ago because Israeli said that it has some weapons and some personnel on the air, and even its civilian airplane there is also coming because there is a strong presence of in Syria was helping the president of Syria Bashar Assad to fight the extremist and the revolt against him in Syria. So there is many sources coming from they through the Red Sea, so there is many sources for zones coming to, but still they have like according to military statistics have like 150,000 missiles and drones, which is very strong thing to face, and still like the Israeli city is still a strong enemy. It's not, the war is not over yet, so there is like still Hezbollah, and the one of the evidence of that 8 Israeli soldiers were killed yesterday, because according to Israeli military after the clashes on the ground, so that the fight is fierce between them, and I think the ground operation will be faced by a strong opposition, as the deputy leader of Hezbollah Qasim said, will be ready for any clashes with Israeli on the ground. Thanks for watching this video.